So what's going on, everybody? So everybody's talking about the quarterback decision that Billy Napier has right now. A lot of people are saying there should be no decision. It should be one guy. And, really, I said at the start of the year, I said, DJ Lagway should be starting. Go ahead and put your 5-star number one quarterback in the country in as soon as possible to let him learn as the year goes on, because Florida's not really going after a national title this year. Let's just be honest. I had Florida finishing 5-7, 6-6 at best. It's still up in the air because there are some teams on Florida's schedule that has not even played good. They played pretty bad. Kentucky, Mississippi State, Texas A&M really they didn't look good against Notre Dame, but Florida State. So there's some winnable games on Florida's schedule. And I know there's some tough opponents up ahead, especially the back half of the schedule for Florida. They have the number one strength of schedule in the country. I know everybody's heard it. But my thoughts on this whole, should DJ Lagway start or Graham Mertz start? Listen, no knock on Graham Mertz. There's just things DJ Lagway can do that Mertz can't. Mertz has the experience. That's about it. Between the two quarterbacks, Mertz experience, that's it. Lagway, mobility, arm talent. I mean, you can go on and on about Lagway. You saw how good he looked. It was Samford. I get it. And I've said this. I'm like, it's Samford. He looked good against Samford. Let's see him play against even Mississippi State or Texas A&M. The next game, Texas A&M. They're coming to the Swamp. But I would love to see Lagway start a whole game against an SEC opponent and see what he does. See if he looks good. Listen, if you start Lagway and you play him out through the entire year, he's going to make freshman mistakes. He's going to be a true freshman. Defenses are going to try to rattle him. They're going to try to bring pressure. But the thing about Lagway, he stretches out a defense. He makes defenses fear his deep ball. Graham Mertz, he's total opposite. He has a dink and dunk. Everybody got fooled by the 72% completion percentage. He looked good, but there's just no. He wasn't threatening a secondary. Secondaries were like, okay, we know he's not going to go deep, so we need to come up. Especially the good teams, they knew what Mertz was. So Lagway, if you're wanting to prepare for the future, Lagway is the guy you just need to go ahead and start. You just need to go ahead and play him and see what he does and see if he can progress. Especially see how quickly he can progress, because you just don't know, okay? There's some tough opponents. But if he can go through this gauntlet and come out unscathed, maybe his confidence will just be a little bit higher from what he would just be sitting on the bench, okay? And I know a lot of people are like, I heard this conversation is, well, what about his confidence? And maybe his confidence will get shot if he goes through that gauntlet and, he throws multiple interceptions. I don't think he's that type of player. He wouldn't be the number one quarterback in the country if his mindset was like, oh, well, things are going bad. I'm going to get down on myself. I don't think he's like that. But my thing is, if you're trying to prepare for the future, play Lagway. Here's the thing, and here's my thought process with this. The transfer portal is a huge thing. If you play Lagway, he looks good. Okay, and everybody's like, hey, man, this guy at Florida looks pretty dang good. He's going to come back. He's going to be a true sophomore. That means Florida's going to have at least 2 years with him. Don't you think that would look great for transfer portal recruits? Like, hey, guy, where am I wanting to go? Hold on, what about Florida right here? They got this really good quarterback. It would start giving, skill players, offensive line, maybe they hit the transfer portal from other schools. We all know how important transfer portal is now. And really the transfer portal was meant to really be fillers for a lot of teams. Florida's going to need a lot, especially defensively and that offensive line, as we've seen over the past, at least the Miami game. But maybe that would entice some transfer portal guys to take a look at Florida because of their stud quarterback that looked great. I'm not saying he is. I don't have a crystal ball and say that he is, but we all seen his talent. You saw it in high school, and you saw it against Samford, how good he looked. There was some throws that I'm like, I get it with Samford, but there was one that he made on his one foot, one leg, and it was good coverage. He put it right on the money, okay? Those things, it's like, okay, even with, a defender draped all over the receiver, he still made one heck of a throw. So I just feel like you need to let him learn this year. Let him go with the bumps and bruises. Yes, he's going to make mistakes. You're going to have to live with them. But maybe, just maybe the following year, he's going to have, hey, I just went through a gauntlet, the number one strength of schedule in the country, and now look at me now. I'm the only starter. Nobody. I'm not having to fight time with another quarterback. It's just me. Maybe you add some good pieces in the transfer portal. But, that's just my thought process is maybe you can entice some great players. It's not even just the transfer portal, but maybe the recruiting class in 2025. And maybe you can get some guys that are like, man, Florida's looking good with this quarterback. They just need some more pieces. Maybe I'm that missing piece. So, and that's just my thought process. What do y'all think? Do you think if Lagway starts and he looks good, do you think that would entice some other transfer portal players to come in, especially some big time ones? I'm not talking about some lower level ones that is like, okay, I'm talking about some big time transfer portal guys that could help out Florida. But you just never know. You don't know how good Lagway is going to look. But, you saw after the game at Sanford, there were so many people like, well, there's Florida's QB1. Why hasn't this guy been playing? If nobody's looked at Florida, they're like, hey, wait a minute. The other quarterback got injured, but this guy looks really good. So, but y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Graham Mertz should start? Do you think they should play both of them? Or do you think Lagway should be the only way? Y'all let me know in the comments. Hey, guys, as always, I appreciate y'all watching the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.